Hello and welcome. My name is Dmitry Markolov, aka at Dmitry Make Love, and you're listening to an episode of Faucets of Reality, a show in which we explore, learn about, and grow our understanding of what it is to be human at this time on Earth. Ever since I can remember, and it feels like forever, I have been fascinated with what all this is: being, life, and the nature of reality in general. It is now my hope to traverse these different facets and expand consciousness together with you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here. If you find that you enjoy listening, please subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and/or comment, as it shows the algorithm what I'm doing here is truly worthwhile and helps me reach more people. And with that, let's begin. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for being here. This episode is called The Mysteries of the Human Body. Now, before we begin, someone told me that my episodes need to be longer. That 20 minutes is not long enough. They should be at least an hour long because I have so much to say. Well, I would love to put more time into this, but only if I see that it is growing. So please, I am not selling you anything. This is all free. And my only ask is that you share this with others who may find this interesting. The only thing I ask for, it's free for you, it's free for me. Just pure value. Okay, mysteries of the human body. So, we're born and right away we're externally focused. We focus on what's outside of us. Our senses take in all this data and it's constantly being processed, and we see all the different colors, all the sounds, and this symphony begins, this music. And we kind of live in and we take immense pleasure from the senses. This is such a magic gift, to see it all, to hear things. This is something to be grateful for every second. Just the same, we do need rest sometimes. So these senses that we have, they are a function of internal processes that happen within the body. Such as seeing happens through the eye, which then goes into the brain and it processes it and it makes a coherent picture for you. Now, it's a lot more complicated than that, but basically, what we see it's right in front of us, very simple. And same thing with what we hear, what we touch, what we smell. It's very immediate, processed in an instant, So we look as far as the eye can see, and in the same moment that information returns to us just as fast. So it's not that we are looking outward, it's the information is going into us, into our bodies. So, that is to say that everything comes from within our bodies, within our minds, within our consciousness, within our awareness. And at the most basic and fundamental level, we are all one body. Just like the ray of light that travels through the prism creates all colors, like the Pink Floyd cover, Dark Side of the Moon. It's the same with us. Just like the leaves on the tree, we are all part of one bigger being. So likewise, you and I, we also have one body. Our body, our body that is together. And each body is the expression of an eternal idea or concept. So that concept, the concept of the human body, is one, just the same. And this is what I wish to explore for this episode. I'm sure you've heard as without, so within. Ancient axioms been around since at least Egyptian times. It's a hermetic principle, in fact. As within, so without. So, in other words, this means is that the outside is a reflection of the inside is a reflection of the outside. In other words, nothing can exist externally that does not already exist internally. All the sciences and arts, and yes, in fact, achievements and accomplishments of all people who have ever existed, all things, all animals, all stars, all nebulas, they are within you. This is the meaning of the world is an illusion, the Sanskrit concept of Maya. That the world is an illusion. It's not real, quote unquote. It's a hologram. There's a holographic theory now, a holographic theory of reality. So the illusion is the separation. This is actually my second principle that I'll be writing in my book. She'll be coming out soon. But just, keep that on the hush for now. So the illusion is the separation, the seeming split between within and without. There seems to be a divide, This seeming difference between night and day, between up and down, between man and woman. It is really all one. If all these episodes, my whole message was a college essay, the thesis would be all is one. I think that this is the greatest lesson that humanity must learn now. So if you agree, let me know in the comments. If you resonate, it is not by chance. Okay, so back to the body. We must continually come back to our source. The body is a vehicle. It is our avatar in the world. It is like we're in a video game and your body is your character, your main character, the main character of your novel. As Shakespeare said, the world is a stage and we are all but mere actors. And I believe Jim Morrison of The Doors said that if your life was a movie, would you like it? Would you like the movie you're watching? Well, I say we are the actors, writers, and directors, and the coders, and the designers of our own video game. Except it's even larger and more intricate. Or simpler, depending on your perspective. Your perspective comes from inside, and you have complete control over which filter you want to experience life through. Change the filter, and you change the experience. So you decide. You decide. You've always had the choice. If you feel you cannot or do not, then you are merely going off of someone else's opinion. Maybe someone you feel is more powerful than you. or knows more. That's bullshit. It's been you all along. And you chose to agree with whatever you were handed. You can change, and in fact, that's what we do best. Within our bodies is the infinite knowledge of all things, of all the universe. It is not out there. And that's the funny part. It's all been right here, all along. I mean, think about it. We've been evolving since the beginning of existence to get to this point. So we went through all the stages to get to where we are. So all of that is accumulated knowledge, accumulated experience that made us who we are right now. So whatever you can know, you already know. It's already inside of you. You already have it. You already have it. You're already here. You've already accomplished. You're already complete. You just must remember. I'm here to tell you, you are everything. You are perfect just the way you are. I hope you're listening and this sparks something in you, because then I will have completed my mission. There's no one but you. All other people are reflections of you, and that is why you must love them. We are all together. War is confusion, ignorance, forgetfulness. Remember, in the 70s, there's this, famous thing that happened where John Lennon and Yoko Ono, they posted a big billboard in New York City, and it said, "War is over." And in parentheses, it said, "If you want it." If you want it. What do you want? Love is the answer. Okay, so the body is a gift. In the Bible, it says we are made in the image of the Creator, or in the image of God. So we are made on purpose in the most perfect body and shape for our soul's expression. That means that all diseases and hardships and basically karmas that your soul knowingly took it on in order to heal for everyone. We do identify with our bodies quite a lot, especially in the social media age. But it is simply the densest layer of our multifaceted being. Multifaceted? We are connected to higher energies that govern what our body does. Those energies, those higher energies, are also us. It is said that the body is a creature of the mind. Likewise, the mind is a creature of the soul. And it goes on further and further like this. But we're focusing on the body right now. Our body is the fruit. It's the end result of many steps through which consciousness or God acts. So again, we are already complete. We are already what we need to be, where we are. There's nothing that needs to be done necessarily. So again, our body is a fruit. It's meant to be enjoyed, to be relished. In the deepest states of meditation, yogis say that they experience what is known as samadhi, or an infinite state of pleasure just from existence. It's almost like a drunkenness on life. Like you get high on life, Existing is not meant to be suffering. It's meant to be pleasure, joy, and good feeling. We must all come back to this now. If you're hurting, you can heal. Always. If something is misaligned, you must just seek balance. It is possible. All the answers are in silence and solitude. It's the distractions that keep us from where we want to be. Coming from a higher order, a divine emanation, the human body is a conglomeration of all things in the whole universe. For example, every astrological sign has its bodily counterpart. Aries is the face and head as the first meeting point. Taurus is the neck. Gemini is shoulders and hands and lungs for communication. Cancer is the chest and the diaphragm. Leo is solar plexus, heart, spine. Virgo is abdomen and intestines. Libra is the kidneys, lower back, and skin. Scorpio is the genitals. Sagittarius is hips and thighs. Capricorn is the knees, the bones, and the teeth. Aquarius is the calves, ankles, and shins. And Pisces is, you guessed it, the feet and toes. These 12 rule and make up our whole body from head to toe, literally. 12 is a very magical number, I guess you could say. I mean, I've said this in my last episode, I've talked about this a bit, but 12 seems to be the number of complete wholeness. And from things that I've been learning, it turns out that humans originally had 12 strands of DNA, 12 chromosomes. We are currently only using about 3 or 4 of them, and science will tell you there's junk DNA, which makes up like 60 to 80%. The DNA is junk DNA. In other words, they don't know what it does, but we have to reconfigure it, reattach it, get it working again. We're meant to be 12-strand beings. More on that later in a different episode, maybe. Another very human number is the number 5. For some reason, we have 5 fingers and toes, 5 appendages that come out of our body, like the arms, the legs, and the neck, the head. We also have 5 senses. 5 is the number of humankind, for some reason. So that's another mystery. Why 5? Why do we have 5 fingers and toes? You ever thought about this? The shape of the star, you know, the 5-pointed star, it loosely represents the human body. 4 elements plus the 5th. Air, water, fire, earth, and spirit or ether. So I'm gonna keep moving here. Almost finished. So lately in the scientific community, a big topic of research has been what is known as the microbiome. Basically that there's these ecosystems in our bodies full of other cells, you could say, other microorganisms, they're called. Specifically in our gut, there's a whole ecosystem. There's little bacteria and little, I call them animals, that are in there that help. They kind of form this community, you could say, you know, and depending what you eat, it affects it. But apparently most of our health comes from this microbiome that is within. And, you know, in other places in our body, like in the mucus membrane. Oh wow, okay. Anyways, so what that means is they're literally tiny animals inside of us, little microscopic animals affecting us so much and so much of our health. Something like 60% of cells in and on our bodies are not actually part of our body. I mean, isn't that like insane? Like, that's crazy, right? Like, most of our body isn't actually our body, it's like these other little beings that live on it. I mean, I found this immensely fascinating. I mean, we're so connected to the outside world, you know? But basically, I started thinking, likewise, from a macro point of view, we are also these tiny beings that live together and make up the ecosystem of the world. In addition to plants and animals and things like that. Fish, for example. We literally affect the health of our planet Earth. We are her children. In fact, our body strongly correlates with the earth in many ways. Our health is synonymous with hers. That is why we must help her thrive and thus thrive together. That's what I think. Anyways, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed and are enjoying. I will be back next week. Peace. Hey, you made it to the end. You get a gold star. Seriously, thank you so much. You are supporting what I am doing here just by listening, and I appreciate that a whole lot. Remember to subscribe, and if for any reason you wish to reach out, I am on Instagram at Dimitri Make Love. That's DimitryMakelove. Have an amazing day. Remember, all is one. IO. And until next time.